And I would have never done that to you, Jane. Maybe I should have told you about my career. But I have my reasons. When people hear about the money I make, they start contacting me for their benefit. Even relatives try to take advantage of me. It's not like I didn't trust you, Claire. When you started living with our family, it had only been a year since you married my brother. So I was waiting for the right time to tell you. I understand. But after you started living with us, I noticed your change in attitude towards me. And you forced me to complete your chores for you, didn't you? So I decided that there's no need to tell someone so rude like you about my job. Plus, I knew that my parents and brother were telling you about me paying the rent. I thought they were covering for you, so I never believed what they told me about you. I don't look rich, do I? I usually only wear casual clothing, and I don't even buy stuff from famous brands. I stay at home all the time, so I understand you referring to me as a parasite living off my parents. No, I never meant to say that. But I don't think I depended too much on you or my parents to complete daily chores. I think I was pretty responsible about them, actually. You wanted me to leave the house considering your future baby, right? If I leave, there would be an extra room for the baby to use. My room was also the biggest room, so I understand. No, Jane, I was genuinely worried about you. I don't think so. I heard you complaining when my parents and my brother were away. If only Jane could leave, we'll have room for our newborn baby. I'm so sorry. I was just being sarcastic. I'm very, very sorry, Jane. I've been trying my best to maintain a good relationship with you, Claire. It was my bad that I didn't explain everything to you beforehand, but wasn't it you and my brother who asked if you can live with us in the first place? Yes. I regret everything I did to you, Jane, so please don't kick us out of the house. I'll do anything for you. I'll be in charge of all the house chores. How about that? Claire, I don't like it when people suddenly change their attitude. Like you said, I'm an unproductive human being who doesn't contribute to society. No, that's not true at all. Considering your monthly earnings, I bet you're paying a lot of taxes, so I no longer think you're unproductive, believe me. I believe you, and I accept your apologies, Claire. But I can't live with you anymore. Oh, by the way, my brother also told me that he would respect my decision. No way! I don't want to leave this house. This is my ideal home. I'm sorry, Claire. I don't think you can stay. I wish you and my brother the best of luck. If this is your ideal house, you could always rent something similar on your own. But it's too sudden. My husband told me to go back to my parents' house for a while. He said he wanted some time to rethink about our relationship and our future. Well, you kicked out your husband's sister, so his actions are understandable. I honestly think you deserve it, Claire. If you don't forgive me, our relationship might end up in divorce. I don't see a direct relation here. Your rude attitude and your action of kicking me out caused you to be in this situation right now. But your marriage issues are your and my brother's problem. I can't fix your relationship. That's not true! If you can talk to my husband, he might view our relationship positively again and go back to when we were a nice, intimate couple. I'm sorry, but no matter what you say, I won't take back what I said. When you just started living with us, you were respectful and kind. But then you started slacking off with housework, forcing me to complete your chores for you. And you never listened, even when my parents and your husband kindly tried to point out to you about your bad attitude. We don't need people who can't follow rules in this house. I swear I'll become a better person. Even if you did, I can't bear with you any longer. Honestly, you were the one who was dependent on your family. You should understand who really was the parasite to the family. After the incident, my brother kicked her out of the house, and she went back to her parents' house. At first, my brother wasn't planning to get a divorce. But when he showed her the new apartment the couple would live in, she threw a tantrum saying that she cannot bear to live in such a shabby house. So he chose to get a divorce. She was known to be a spender, and living with our family gave the couple some extra money to spend. But he seemed to have gotten tired with her spending habits that cannot be fixed even after he warned her not to spend too much money. Then she started pleading that she didn't want a divorce, and even visited our house crying, causing a scene in the house. My parents, annoyed with all the chaos she brought to the family, firmly rejected her plea, and my brother was able to successfully get a divorce. Our mansion seemed to be her ideal home where she always dreamed to live, so she had been uploading a lot of photos to her SNS accounts. My brother showed me her account where she had been continuing to upload her old photos taken in our house, and it was pretty creepy. She might be mentally ill right now, but I think she'll get better in the future when she runs out of photos to upload. Hopefully her obsession to our house fades, and I wish her a happy life away from our family. After the divorce, my brother started living alone, and he seems to enjoy his solo life away from his family. Living with our parents turned out to be a result of his wife's strong request, so he's currently enjoying his life to the fullest. I had a small chat with him when he visited us the other day, and he reflected that he learned a lot of things from his marriage with a bitter smile on his face. He also said that he was lucky to be able to discover his ex-wife's real personality at an early stage in his marriage. But the reason why his ex-wife became crazy was because I was single and lived with my parents. So I seriously thought about finding a partner for a while. But I realized that it's fate to meet the right person. It probably wouldn't turn out well if I pressured myself too much. I guess I'll try to go out more often and put some effort into meeting and interacting with new people.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hey, Brooke. How's Kyle doing after what happened? Is he coping? He's not down in the dumps or anything, is he? Is he eating right? Does he have enough books? You know how much he loves his reading.
He's fine. Chill. It's been a week since the accident now. Of course he has a lot of free time on his hands in the hospital than he's used to. But I can assure you he's been using it wisely by grumbling and complaining to the max.
I see. Well, in that case, I'm pleased. If he's still lively enough to be grumbling and complaining, there's nothing to worry about. I'll be coming to see him again in the next few days.
Okay, I'll pass on the message. I think it really counts to have your mom by your bedside at times like this. He appreciates your visits a lot.
Kyle appreciates me? Judging from the look on his face when I'm there, I get the feeling I'm annoying him simply by having the nerve to exist in his vicinity. Besides, he told me I'm a pain in his butt on more than one occasion.
Oh, you don't believe that bluster, do you? He's just trying to look tough because he doesn't want to admit how soothed and comforted he feels by having his mommy by his bedside. He said he's always thinking of you.
Well, it'd be great if that were true. You must have been pretty scared yourself, right, Brooke? This whole thing can't have been easy for you. I heard you were in the car when he crashed the car?
That's right. I was in the passenger seat when it happened. Kyle's the last person I thought would ever crash the car.
Even the safest drivers have accidents, and it's usually precisely because we don't think they'll happen that they do. It was his fault and no one else was involved, right? I can't say I'm pleased about my son being laid up in a hospital bed, but on the bright side, at least no one else got hurt. He only has himself to blame. We can't turn back the clock, but at least he can learn the valuable lessons that there are to be learned there.
Right, I totally agree. He said he's gonna be taking a break from driving for a little while once he gets out of the hospital.
How long did they say he'd be in for again? A month, right? Hopefully he has a long, hard think about his driving habits.
Oh, believe me, he's already been doing some soul searching. I don't think he's under any illusions over who was to blame. Oh yeah, I forgot. I wanted to thank you again. We really appreciate you sending the money for Kyle's hospital stay. His insurance didn't cover it, so we would have been in a really bad situation without your help.
Oh, don't be silly, I'm his mother. You can hardly afford to shell out that much yourself, could you? I know you said you've been struggling lately. It was nothing, really.
But it was so sudden. I think Kyle feels guilty, and he wants you to know how grateful he is.
Him crashing the car into a wall like that was pretty sudden as well. Besides, it's not like he did it on purpose. He has no reason to feel guilty. Sometimes life just throws curveballs at you, and what are mothers for if not dashing to the rescue and saving the day in a rush of heroic maternal glory?
Fair point. Thanks for saying that. I couldn't agree more with everything you just said. To tell you the truth, it's actually kind of a pain in the ass how easily little things like this seem to play on his mind.
Oh, it is? But Brooke, dear, surely it's only natural he'd be upset after what he did. He's always had a strong sense of responsibility, and he hates feeling like he's being a burden on others. I think it's perfectly normal.
But you just said he has no reason to feel guilty? I'm saying I agree with you. I keep telling him he has nothing to feel bad about. But he seems hell-bent on beating himself up over it. I can't help but to think he overthinks things sometimes. He's so goddamn sensitive. I actually felt a huge sense of relief when you just said what I've been thinking this whole time, so thanks for that.
Sure, he might overthink things at times, but still. Don't you think it's more complicated than that this time?
Huh? But you just said he shouldn't feel guilty. Wait, were you lying?
What? Lying? No, of course I wasn't. It's just, how to put this? Just because I don't think he should feel guilty about what happened doesn't mean I think he should be nonchalant and indifferent towards it either. If anything, I'm proud of him for being so considerate towards others.
Is there a problem with being nonchalant and indifferent when you've done nothing wrong? You're my mom-in-law, and that makes me your daughter. What's with this weird formality all of a sudden? Since when were you this stiff and reserved? You can speak your mind with me, you know.
I see. Well, I suppose if that's how you feel about it, then you do you, sweetie.
Right? I will. Okay then, it's settled. From now on, carefree is the word. Our days of fretting over trivialities are gonna be nothing but a distant memory.
Right. Got it. All right, well, Brooke, I have some shopping to do now, so I'll speak with you later. Take care.
Mom, please can you lend me some money? We're in the mother of all pinches here. You're the only person I can rely on.
Oh, Brooke, please, would you stop doing this? You asked me the exact same thing last week. I made it very clear that I wouldn't be giving you anything. Why do you insist on doing this?
I know I did, but Mom, we're really in a pinch here. Like really, really, really. Anyone would think I was a stranger, not your freaking daughter-in-law. Surely you should be more sympathetic towards our situation. Why you gotta be so heckin' frosty?
Listen to me, Brooke. If you're genuinely in trouble and need help, of course I want to be there for you.
Well, in that case, why won't you? You're contradicting yourself a little here, you know? How many times do I have to say it? We're genuinely in trouble. Our situation is desperate.
When you say genuinely in trouble, do you remember the previous reasons you gave me for saying you needed me to lend you money?
Yes, of course I do. We're struggling to stay afloat financially. Because vegetable prices have been going through the roof lately.
Right. And the month before that, it was because the gasoline prices had gone up. What was it the month before? I forgot. Oh, yes, the electricity bill was soaring, right?
I don't remember well either. But probably that. Everybody knows the cost of living has been going through the roof lately, and normal hardworking folks like us just can't get by as easily as we used to.
Probably that. Ugh, I see. Anyways, let's forget about that for a moment. What I wanted to ask you is, why don't you understand how unreasonable it is to come begging me for money every time your living expenses go up?
How is that unreasonable? You're right, I don't understand at all. We're your family, and we're in trouble. You're the one who said it was your job as Kyle's mom to dash to the rescue and save the day when life throws curveballs at us. Surely helping us at times like this is the decent, moral, and obvious thing to do?
It's not that I don't want to be there for you. The problem is that every time you ask for money, it's for the smallest, pettiest things. Think about it. If I have to come to the rescue every time your outgoings go up slightly, it'll never end. Kyle's got out of the hospital and went back to work months ago. It's not like you two are on one salary anymore. I never heard anything about either of you taking a pay cut either. Look, dear, I know we're in a cost of living crisis, but how can you suddenly be in the mother of all pinches just because cucumber prices went up? Surely, if you two do some brainstorming together, you can figure out a way to get through this somehow.
I'm asking you precisely because we can't cope without your help. Why won't you believe me? You're horrible. You lent us money without so much as a single complaint before. What changed?
I sent the money back then because my son had been in a car accident. That was an emergency. Surely you see the difference between a car crash and the things you're asking me to open my purse for every month these days?
I get that.
Look, I don't know exactly how much Kyle brings home every month. But you've never had any problems like this until recently, so I could ask you the same thing. What changed, Brooke? You'll be fine if you just tighten your belts a little. You know, like eating out less, canceling things like Peeps Flix subscriptions, making sure the lights are turned off, that kind of thing. This is hardly rocket science.
It must be nice to have the luxury of saying all these things from a position of complete financial security. Life isn't so easy for us mere mortals, you know. Yes, that's right, I know. You're sitting on a tiny little nest egg in that savings account of yours, aren't you?
I see. I take it you heard from Kyle?
He let it slip after he had a few beers the other night. I'm pretty sure he didn't mean to tell me. It's real nice to know how trusted I am in this family. Like, geez, thanks for sharing, Mom. Anyway, if you have so much money, what's the issue with lending us a few cents here and there to help us get by when times are tough? Why does it have to turn into this big drama? Just quit complaining and hand over your bank card already.
You do know that my savings and your household finances are completely unrelated, don't you? Just because I have money does not mean I'm obliged to give it to you. What kind of logic is that? Besides, if you're really in as much trouble as you say you are, why are you the only one who ever comes begging to me like this? If times are so tough, why haven't I heard so much as a word out of Kyle?
Duh, isn't it obvious? He's way too proud to admit we're struggling. How's he supposed to feel like the man of the house if he has to beg his mommy for pocket money?
In that case, you won't have any problem with me confirming all this with him directly, will you? You know that your finances are in such dire straits that you have to beg your mother-in-law for money several times a month?
Oh, come on. There's no need to do that, and you know it. That's just mean-spirited. Think about how it would make your son feel.
The bottom line here is that you need to learn to overcome life's challenges by yourselves. If you rely on others at the first sign of trouble, not only will you have no problem-solving ability of your own, but you'll be finished as soon as the support dries up. I have absolute faith in you both to get through this and to become stronger people for it. If you accept and understand all of the above, and you still say you're in desperate trouble, I'll be here for you.
But just because we're not at risk of being homeless this week doesn't mean we're not in trouble. Do we have to be on death's door before you start caring about us?
You know, all of this time you spend asking me for money could be spent figuring out how to improve your situation. Less talk, more action. First, do what you can. If after that you tell me you're still hopelessly in trouble, I'll consider helping you after discussing things with Kyle.
Fine, I understand. Sorry for being so persistent.
Don't worry about it. I'm grateful for your understanding. I understand things aren't easy for you right now, but you can't go through life relying on others all of the time. If you did, you really would end up in the mother of all pinches when no one was there to save you.
Hey Mom, guess what? I've been doing some thinking.
Brooke? What's this all of a sudden? Have you had some kind of religious epiphany? What have you been thinking about?
Remember how you scolded me before for asking for money? Well, you gave me pause for thought, and I've pondered long and hard on the matter. So anyway, I'll get right to it. I have a suggestion. Hear me out.
I hardly scolded you, dear. But it is important to consider other people's feelings and opinions, especially when they differ from your own, and the ability to do so is a sign of real maturity. The fact that you took the time to seriously think about what I said makes me very happy.
Cool, thanks for saying so.
Okay, well, I'm ready for it. The suspense is killing me. What's your suggestion?
So, you have a lot of savings, right? But you told me it was no good for me and Kyle to rely on your money unless in case of emergency, right?
That's right. We might be family, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't have boundaries, and relying on others all the time isn't good for anyone.
On the other hand, it seems like such a waste for you to keep all that money to yourself without putting it to good use.
Excuse me? Forgive me, Brooke. Maybe I'm misunderstanding you here, but by any chance, has the subject changed?
Nope, we're still on the topic. Just bear with me. I'm building up. Where was I? Oh yeah, you said it yourself. It's no good to rely on others too much, right? That's why I think we should move in together.
What? I'm sorry, but I don't understand this at all. What on earth led you to that conclusion?
Think about it. If we move in with you and we all live together, we'd all be on the same team. You lending us money wouldn't count as us relying on others anymore.
It wouldn't?
That's right, it wouldn't. And actually, scratch lending. If we all lived under the same roof, there would be no our money or your money because we'd all be contributing to the same pot. Your money would become everyone's money. I can't believe I didn't think of it sooner. Let's do it. Let's live together.
Hold your horses, Brooke, please. Don't you see how absurd what you're suggesting here is? I don't understand your logic at all.
No, I can't and I won't. It's not happening. Why not? Surely living with us would give you more peace of mind, too. Ah, that's it. You're worried about the housework, aren't you?
No. Not wanting my son and daughter-in-law to move in with me has nothing to do with the housework. Do you have no inkling of how ridiculous what you're asking me to do is?
Relax. You don't need to worry at all. I won't interfere with you doing the housework one bit. I'll never get in your way. In fact, I bet you won't even know I'm there half the time.
I just told you that isn't the point. Hey, wait a sec. Are you saying you want to move in with me but don't intend to do any housework?
I am, but trust me, this makes sense. Think about it. Me and Kyle have only been married for a year, right? Which means I'm still learning the ropes as a housewife. There's still a lot of stuff I'm not sure about, and a lot of things that don't come naturally to me yet. You, on the other hand, are a veteran with decades of experience. Not only would it be rude of me to assume I could do even half as good a job as someone as skillful as you, but it'd also be way more efficient if you did it all for us.
Oh, good grief. All right, you listen to me, Brooke, and I'm aware of how rude this will sound, but I just don't care anymore. I'm so disgusted with you, I struggle for words.
That's not important right now. What's important is that we move in with you ASAP and live together as one big happy family. So what do you say? We'll handle stuff like having our things sent over on our end. You moved house last month, right? I don't know your new address yet. Could you tell me it?
This conversation is pointless. There's no getting through to you. I take it Kyle is aware of this little scheme of yours. I'll discuss the matter with him directly.
What are you talking about? Kyle doesn't know anything about this.
Wait, what? Are you being serious? You're talking about moving house and your husband doesn't know?
Yep, that's right. To tell you the truth, the idea only just came to me and I got excited. I just had to pitch the idea to you straight away. But relax, it's fine. I'm certain Kyle's gonna be on board with it. He's smart after all.
Wow, Brooke, wow. Were you always like this? I don't even know how to respond. But I do know one thing. How arrogantly and selfishly you're behaving right now only strengthens my resolve not to let you move in with me. It is not happening.
Like, what the hell? Your daughter-in-law's telling you she wants to move in with you here. Anyone else would be pleased.
I'm not so sure about that. Anyway, there's no point in carrying on this conversation if Kyle doesn't know about what you're doing. I'm going to go speak with him directly. I have nothing more to say to you.
God, you're so freaking annoying. How could you be so ungrateful? I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart. Do you know how dangerous it is for an old hag like you to live all on her own? We're moving in with you, so hurry up and tell me your address.
Oh, today has been an unusual one. Who would have thought it's possible to be this disgusted with a single person so many times in one day? It's actually impressive.
Stop talking nonsense and accept my very kind offer already. You think I've got all day to be wasting on this stupid conversation? Some of us have jobs to work and finances to worry about, you know.
Calm down, Brooke. Deep breaths. In, out. You came at me like such a whirlwind I didn't get a chance to tell you this. But I already live with someone, so unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to take you up on your offer. You're better off just forgetting the whole thing.
Huh? You're already living with someone? You never told me that. Who is it? Since when? Why wouldn't you tell me something so important?
Isn't it obvious? Who would I live with other than my family? My second son and his wife, of course. You're right about me moving house last month, but it wasn't to be on my own. I moved in with the two of them. I wasn't lying when I said you couldn't move in with me, you know. What you're suggesting is literally impossible.
What the? No! How dare you be so selfish? Do you have any idea how much trouble this puts me and Kyle in? We need your savings! Undo it! Get out of their house and move in with us!
You can't be serious. I know you know that's not going to happen. I knew that was what you were after all along, by the way, but it's at least nice to hear you admit it. You'd stop at nothing to get your claws into my money, would you? As long as I know that behind every word that comes out of your mouth lies nothing but an insatiable desire for my money, I have no reason to talk to you. Not now, not next week, not ever. If that upsets you, I suggest you go off and cry into your pillow alone because there's nothing you can do to change my mind.
You just hold on a goddamn freaking minute! I'm not done speaking yet!
I'm terribly sorry, Brooke, but I'm busy. Me, my eldest son, and his wife are all going to a hot spring resort today. Gotta go. Bye.
A hot spring resort? Now? Right now of all times? You cannot be serious. Ugh! Mom! Are you there? Mom! Mom!
Brooke, you came to our house yesterday, didn't you? You broke the window and let yourself in, didn't you?
Huh? It'd be like really nice if you didn't make false accusations against me, you know. Thanks. I don't know anything about your house getting anything broken into.
It seems like I was wrong about you, Brooke. I thought you were a little more intelligent than this. I didn't think you had it in you to be this recklessly brash and impulsive.
Whatever. If we're honest, this is all your fault. You know that, right? Did you really think I was gonna let you get away with keeping the whole moving in with your son and his wife thing secret from me? If you'd have just kept your mouth shut and given me your bank card like anyone with half a brain would have done, you wouldn't be in this mess. Regret won't get you anywhere now. You dug your grave, now lie in it.
I couldn't agree more. It really was careless of me to tell you I moved in with my second son. I've been a fool.
Wow, you're self-aware? I suppose you'd be a total lost cause if you weren't capable of self-reflection at your ripe old age. Let's face it, you're not as young as you used to be. If you'd have waited any longer, you might have kicked the bucket without realizing what a gigantic moron you are.
You're right. Thanks for helping me notice, sweetie. You see, I'm so grateful that I want to give you a little something by way of thanks. So I got you a present.
Huh? A present? What is it? You should know that I don't accept cheap stuff.
It's fine, relax. It's even more valuable than my bank card. You know, the one you took from this house. In a certain sense, it's actually something really unusual.
Huh? What could you possibly be talking about? I can barely take the suspense. I don't know anything about your bank card either. You're barking up the wrong tree.
Oh, really? Is that so? How tragic. In that case, my present is meaningless.
Huh? Meaningless? How so? What's the present? Tell me.
You see, I spoke to the police about what happened yesterday. We have witness testimonies from the neighbors. Something tells me you might get a knock at the door from some men in uniform with a couple of questions to ask you very soon.
Wait, what? You spoke to the cops? Why would you do that?
What's the problem? You have nothing to worry about. It wasn't you after all. Sorry if you find it boring, but I thought it'd be perfect for you. The present is police questioning. Just for you. Congrats, honey.
No, wait! You can't seriously be saying you reported me, your own daughter-in-law, to the police? I'm your son's wife!
You seem a little perturbed. Is everything okay? Surely you have no reason to panic like this. What's the problem? It wasn't you after all. I know you're probably busy, and having a bunch of stern-looking cops grilling you on the sofa might not have been how you envisioned yourself spending today. But you clearly had nothing to do with it, so I'm sure they'll be out of your hair before you know it.
I'm sorry. I lied.
I knew it. So it was you?
Yes. I was so mad about the whole moving in with your other son thing. I wanted to get back at you somehow. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
I see. It's fine. Relax. You have nothing to worry about. I told you, right? This is a present.
How can I relax? I might be about to get arrested here. And how the hell does calling the cops on me count as a present?
It's a present because I am very kindly giving you an opportunity to reflect on what you've done and become a better human being. So why don't you have a long, hard think about your behavior and fix that rotten personality of yours? That's what me and Kyle want you to do. We both have high hopes for your rehabilitation. We'd be over the moon if you accepted it with some gratitude, because this is the last present you'll ever get from this old hag. After that, my shamed daughter-in-law was taken away in handcuffs by the police in front of a crowd of very shocked neighbors. I know I told her she was only going to be questioned, but that was because I didn't want to panic her so much she tried to escape. Between the witness testimonies from the neighbors, And the footage from the surveillance camera my son installed in the garage, she didn't have a leg to stand on, and her arrest was basically a foregone conclusion at the moment I reported her. My son Kyle divorced his criminal of a wife as soon as he found out what she'd done. I hope she uses this as an opportunity to reflect, but I'm not holding my breath. Me and Kyle are praying that she uses this whole situation as an opportunity to change her ways and become a better human being, even if just a little. That said, even if she does repent and change her ways, even if she becomes a shining bastion of all that is good and virtuous, we'll never know because she's no longer a part of our lives. She can get by on her own now.
Hey, Amelia, I finished work. I'm gonna head home pretty soon. Is there anything ready to eat?
Okay, great. Yeah, dinner is already cooked and ready. Are you going to eat as soon as you come home?
No. I guess I'll have a bath and clean up first. Could you fill it up for me so it's ready when I get there?
No problem, I can do that. By the way, about our trip. Were you able to get the days off that you wanted?
Yeah, I did. No problems on that front, at all. I mean, I did have to push it a little bit to the boss, but at the end of the day, time off is time off. I can't say no to everything.
Oh, that's good to hear. Lisa has been looking forward to it for so long as well. She would have been so upset if we had to cancel the trip.
It is her first trip with us after all. We haven't had the chance to go all the three of us together.
Everything just got so busy after she was born. There simply hasn't been the chance for us to get away. She is just dying to go. I'm also excited to go on a trip for the first time in so long. I'm glad you were able to get those days off.
My parents are excited too. Looks like Mom has picked all the places she wants to go to while we're away too.
I'm really grateful to your parents. I mean, they are footing the majority of the bill this time. I don't think we would have been able to afford this trip if we had paid for the entire thing alone.
Me neither. They're really helping us out big time here. Make sure you say thanks properly.
Of course I will. But why are you acting like it's only me that needs to?
Well, I am their son after all, so it's fine. Plus, the house we're living in right now is technically theirs too.
I know that. You don't need to tell me. That's why we're getting them a present. Which was my idea, by the way.
Yeah, okay. Did you get the present already?
No, not yet. We still have enough time before the trip. The day before we leave is the best time. Besides, you said you would come with me to buy it.
Really? I said that?
Yes. Lisa's going to the movie with her friend's family that day, too, so we don't have to worry about one of us staying home to look after her. We talked about this before.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Sorry, I completely forgotten about it.
Come on, Tyler. You can't be forgetting important things like this. I won't know what's a good present or not if I go by myself. I need you to help me choose. You know them better than I do, after all.
Okay, I got it. I wake up in time, let's go together.
What do you mean, if? You made a promise, so keep your end of it.
It's not that I don't want to go with you, but I have to drive and pick my parents up the following day. So if possible, I'd like to relax a bit the day before.
I get what you're trying to say, but... Okay, fine. But I'm going to send you some pictures, so at least tell me what you think, okay?
Okay, got it. I can do that, no problem. The train's about to arrive at the station.
Okay. Be careful on your way home. Lisa and I are waiting for you.
Amelia, so is all I need to bring a change of clothes for Lisa? Or is there something else I need to bring?
Thanks, Tyler. But could you also bring a change of clothes for me too?
For you too? Are you planning on staying the night there too?
Yeah, I've decided to. I am worried about how she's going to be on our first day in the hospital. I asked the doctor, and he said he was fine for me to stay. Lisa would be worried all on her own here too.
Okay, I see. Then I'll bring clothes for the two of you.
Thanks.
But man, did I get a shock. Getting that phone call out of nowhere telling me that Lisa got hit by a car? I didn't know what to think.
They say she ran out onto the street while she was with her friends in the park. She was with some older kids and their mom, too. It seems like the mom was a bit careless and wasn't watching them properly. I wish I'd gone with her that day.
But at least she didn't have any serious injuries, even if she is in the hospital.
Yeah, you're right. Luckily, the driver of the car was able to hit the brakes in time. She does have cuts and bumps, but thankfully no broken bones. She also only has to stay in the hospital for a few tests, just to be sure.
And everything is all fine. There's no point thinking about what's happened already. It can't be changed.
I know that. But even so, it's hard not to think about what would have happened if I had gone with her. She might not be in the situation at all. Aren't you worried about her at all?
Of course I am. But like I said, the accident happened, and we can't change anything by grumbling about it. And since she didn't get hurt too badly, she can still come on the trip with us, right?
What? There's no way she can.
Why not?
Even though her injuries aren't that serious, she still needs some tests to make sure everything is okay. I just told you that.
But isn't she gonna get let out tomorrow?
No, they want her to stay for almost a week. And not just that, she's still only a little kid. She needs to rest after something like this happens. She might even have some kind of trauma from this. Going on a trip is completely out of the question.
Oh, I didn't realize she would be there for that long. I guess it can't be helped then. Well, then the two of you hold down the fort. I guess it's just my parents and me then.
What? Tyler, hold on a sec. You can't seriously be thinking about still going under these circumstances.
Why not? Everything is booked and paid for already. It would be a complete waste if the entire trip got canceled. So those who are able should still go.
It's better just to cancel.
But we paid a lot for this trip. It's too much of a waste. Plus, my parents have been looking forward to the trip. I'd feel bad if they also couldn't go because of us.
This isn't about that. And if anything, you should feel bad for Lisa, not your parents. She was super excited for the trip, and now she can't go because she was hit by a car. And on top of all of that, now you want to leave her behind and go on the trip anyway? Poor Lisa. Imagine how she would feel if she heard that.
It's not like we're leaving her behind. She just can't go because she's in the hospital. Lisa is old enough to understand this at this point.
She's still in elementary school. There's no way she could understand why she's being left behind.
Even if that is the case, I've already made up my mind to go. There's no way we're missing this.
Why are you being like this? We can always just take the trip another time. And your parents will understand that this is a serious situation.
But why waste this opportunity? I had to take time off of work for this too, remember? Anyway, I don't need your permission. I'm going no matter what you say.
Are you really being serious about this?
Of course. That's how it's gonna be. I'll still bring you Elisa your clothes though, so don't worry about that. Did you end up buying a present for my parents?
Yeah, I did. I left it at home.
Okay, then I'll give it to them for you. Look after yourself and Lisa while we're gone. We finally arrived. There's lots of traffic on the way. I guess lots of people are heading up this way for the summer. The drive really took it out of me.
You actually went? Your daughter is in the hospital after being hit by a car, and you went on a holiday? I was still thinking that you were making some bad joke.
Of course I went. I told you I was going. So, how was Lisa? Is she doing well?
How can you even ask me that so casually? You left her in the hospital and went on holiday. You'll regret this later.
What's that all about? It's natural for me to care about my own daughter. Don't come at me like that. So, how is she? Is everything okay?
Well, it still only just happened the other day, so she's still afraid. But everything seems fine with her physical health. The doctors ran some scans to make sure she didn't hit her head and get a concussion or anything, but it looks like we're in the clear.
That's good news. I would have felt bad if that weren't the case.
What do you mean by feel bad?
I was finally able to go on vacation, but I wouldn't have been able to enjoy myself if Lisa was in a bad state. But now that she's fine, I can relax and enjoy the trip.
You're saying that for real too, aren't you? It's not just some bad joke?
Why would I be joking? And honestly, what's been up with you recently?
With me?
Yeah, you have some sort of weird attitude. If you have something to say, then say it outright. Stop beating around the bush.
There's nothing in particular. I just realized what kind of person you are. That's all.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Stop being so vague and just spit it out. Your words make no sense. Just be clear with me, okay?
Thanks for the advice. But don't worry. I'm just in a bad mood right now. I think I'll be fine the next time we see each other.
Why are you in a bad mood? Is it because you couldn't come on the trip? It couldn't be helped though, right? That's just how things happened to work out this time round.
Yeah, you're right. The situation couldn't be helped. So you understand then, don't you?
What am I supposed to understand? I just told you to stop being so vague.
It doesn't mean anything particularly deep.
What are you on about? Well, whatever. The others are waiting for me. I'll talk to you later.
Hold on a second.
What is it? I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Are you really okay with what you said earlier? You won't regret it later?
Yeah, I won't regret it. Is that what you wanted to hear? Is that what you wanted to hear?
Yeah, that's fine, thanks.
I really don't get what you're talking about, though. Anyway, look after Lisa and say hi to her for me. Make sure to have enough fun for the two of us.
Right, have as much fun as you can. It is your last trip after all.
My last trip? I don't see why that would be the case. Next time, we'll all go together. Sorry, Amelia. I know I was supposed to come back yesterday, but we extended the trip by a day.
It's fine. I guess it must have been a really good trip if you wanted to stay even longer.
I wouldn't really say that. It's just that my parents were basically begging to stay for just one more night. They offered to pay for it as well, so what could I really do?
Is that why you stayed longer? Didn't you have fun yourself?
Of course I did. But Lisa is still in the hospital. I was worried about you guys. I really was.
Really? But you were still able to have fun, right? So, that's all good then.
I guess so. I hadn't been on a trip with my parents for a long time, so it was pretty enjoyable. Oh yeah, I brought you guys some presents.
Really? Thanks. I'm sure Lisa will be happy too.
It was the least I could do. By the way, it looks like you're in a better mood now.
You can tell? Yeah, I guess my mood has improved a lot.
I thought so. That's good to hear. You seemed really off on the first day that I left. I was really hoping you wouldn't still be like that when I came back. Did something good happen?
Yeah, actually, it did. With Lisa getting into the accident, it really seemed like nothing good would happen after that. But something good finally happened too. It really made me feel much better.
Wow, that much? So what happened then? I'll tell you about the trip later. So, tell me about what happened while I was away.
Sure. So, you see, I decided to file for divorce.
Wait, what? Who was getting divorced?
You and me are.
What are you talking about? You're joking, right? Why would we get divorced?
Nope, it's not a joke. Plus, I talked to your parents, and they decided to let me and Lisa have the house. So you need to pack your things and get out by the end of the day. Although, there isn't really anything of yours left to pack.
I really don't understand what you're talking about. My parents let you have the house? None of my things are there anymore? None of that makes any sense.
It means exactly what it sounds like. It isn't too complicated. I messaged your parents the day you all left and asked them for